Oh, hello. You're most welcome to this YouTube channel. And today we are speaking about BodaBodas in Kampala. A recent study by Frederick Ebert Stiftung, together with Makerere University, showed that there are 1 million BodaBodas in Kampala, and up to 2 million people are employed by the BodaBoda industry in the city, in Kampala and its metropolitan area. This means that BodaBoda is actually one of the biggest employers, the biggest employing sector in the country. But unfortunately, it doesn't have a lot of economic input into the GDP of the economy. Now, how did we get to this? We had a lot of BodaBodas. BodaBoda started as a stopgap measure of addressing the issues of transport. People are using BodaBodas not because it is the best option, but because it is the only option available. And without doing something about it, we are going to have even more coming in. Some predictions indicate that in the next 10 years, Kampala City will have about 6 or 7 million people. And out of that, you will have BodaBodas as the major mode of transport. Now, the more the problem persists, the greater the challenge of solving it. We have to make sure that we bring in other mobility ways, transport that is more efficient. For instance, buses. Paratransit modes of transport like BodaBodas and taxis are very inefficient because they carry few people, but um, they also are dangerous on the roads. So we must make sure we face them out earlier, nip the problem in the bud before it becomes a big problem. Can you imagine if we have 5 million BodaBodas in the city? Because we don't have buses that can transport people, people will resort to BodaBodas. And the earlier we address this problem, the better. So the first thing we have to do is to discourage BodaBodas. We must discourage them by encouraging big buses, buses that carry 80 people or 100 people. And when these buses become more efficient, most of the people will begin to not to appreciate BodaBodas. Buses will become even cheaper, and once they operate on time, they become more efficient and more reliable. That's what we need. Transport needs to be efficient for it to be appreciated by the public. An inefficient transport is always not appreciated, and that is what BodaBoda industry is. We don't need to promote them. Right now, there is a big problem because if we try to stop BodaBoda, you can imagine retrenching or putting off or making sure that 2 million Ugandans don't have work. It would spell disaster for the country. So what do we need to do early? We have to make sure that it is a disincentive to invest in BodaBoda industry. If we disintensify the BodaBoda industry, then people will move to other areas, other sectors like agriculture or like construction, etc., which are even more productive for the economy. We must find a solution for the BodaBoda industry. Thank you so much for listening and hope to see you next time. Bye.